superhero shows are now everywhere nowadays, and they're actually good. Just 2 months ago, Invincible Season 3 ended with an incredible finale loved by everyone. However, it was not always like this. A decade ago, the main source of superhero shows was the CW universe, which has its issues. Then came a show called Daredevil, giving us groundbreaking action scenes that exceeded movies, well written dialogue making you question who's in the right. To this day, I still get chills from Charlie Cox's performance during his speech with Kingpin in the season 3 finale. Sadly, with Disney's never ending consumption of everything, forcing everything to be under the MCU banner, Netflix show was cancelled, leading to fans protesting about how dumb the decision was. Now in 2025, Disney's trying to get the general audience back on the MCU by bringing back everything, hoping they can recapture the same box office success they used to have, which has led to Daredevil to be born again.
He said it! He said it!
With the same actors picking up the characters after 7 years continuing their storyline. Now the question of the day, did this show capture the same magic, or was it Arrested Development Season 4? Arrested Development was also cancelled after its third season, despite being loved by fans. Then, after a couple years, they brought back the original cast, and despite everyone's best effort, they failed in capturing the magic, with many people acting like the Season 4 and Season 5 never existed. Early signs were pointing that Daredevil was heading that direction, with actors saying the original script did not fit their characters and they killed one major character off screen. Disney is a company famous for not letting their IP rest and rushing their scripts without planning ahead, leading to disasters. Luckily, they came to their senses and reworked the script, leading to early green light of another season. Taking all this into consideration, how was the show?
Just wonderful.
I normally don't care about movie and TV posters. They're usually just a bunch of faces with a title slapped onto it. However, this poster is a show. We have two individuals trying to hide who they truly are. Matt thinking he can clean up the streets of Hell's Kitchens without being Daredevil. Kingpin thinking he can quote unquote fix New York by being mayor without going back to his violent ways. That is not the case. Throughout this season, both are faced with obstacles after obstacles, stopping any progress they're making until it reaches its breaking point, causing both the characters to be reborn who they truly are. To make the audience scream fuck yeah at the TV when that breaking point happens, you need to build up to that point with well written plot and dialogue. That is one of my concerns going into the show. MCU has not always had the best dialogue.
They're behind me, aren't they?
Please hit me as hard as you can.
Luckily, this show doesn't have this issue. There's multiple scenes within this series where we see characters just talking, and you're actively listening because it's compelling. Dialogue is an important tool because if it's good, it can make you care about any character. For example, Secret Invasion has terrible dialogue. Secret Invasion, just like Bored Again, we have multiple scenes of characters just talking. However, the dialogue is bad, causing you to passively listen. So when a character who has appeared in multiple projects before Secret Invasion dies on screen, you do not care. Then in Born Again, when a character who only appears in 2 episodes dies, you actually care because the dialogue is good. So when the action starts, you actually care because they built up to it properly. Which brings into my second concern. Will the action scenes be any good? The original Daredevil show had this incredible hallway action scene in season 1 that you can show anyone even if they're not interested in superhero shows and make them interested in checking it out. MCU is not really known for its action scenes. Sometimes it surprises us with a great scene, but most of the time it's your standard action scene that you've seen millions of times before. Born Again now has responsibility to reassure fans of the original series, saying, yes, we are under the MCU banner now, but you can expect the same quality with our action scenes. And to me, they have delivered. Especially since they brought back the same person that directed the fight scenes in the original original series, he knows how to direct some brutal action scenes, making you feel like the show hasn't skipped a beat since its cancellation. The highlight for me this season has to be episode 6, where it's cutting between Kingpin fighting Adam and Daredevil fighting Muse. Daredevil returning to save a child from a psychopath, while on the flip side we have Kingpin returning because he's still a broken child that craves everyone to love him, and if he's not getting that attention, his rage gets the best of him. It summarizes both of these characters perfectly. Now let's talk about an item I feel mixed about: the side characters. The side characters are split into two groups: the good and the forgettable. On the good side we have Angela and Vanessa. Both of these characters contribute to the main plot of making Daredevil and Kingpin to be reborn. Angela has been a victim of the corruption over New York since Daredevil's disappearance. This corruption even caused the police to try to frame her dad, and eventually seeing that corruption kill her dad, pointing out to Matt that law and order is not good enough and we need Daredevil back. Then we have Vanessa, who is only character that knows how to manipulate Kingpin, dropping hints to him that everyone thinks becoming mayor is a stupid idea, telling him he made her feel lonely and worthless enough to even seek a relationship with someone else, knowing that he's completely obsessed with her and would kill anyone that even touches her. Also dropping hints to that she likes his violent nature.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
Pick her name again. Go ahead.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
On the bad and forgettable side, we have Clark and Consina. The reason why these characters are forgettable to me is because we already seen this storyline before. Both of these characters remind me of Karen and Foggy back in the original series, where they didn't realize that Matt is Daredevil, or they know he's Daredevil, but they are against it. Then, throughout the course of the original series, they come to the realization that Daredevil is necessary to clean up the corruption in Hell's Kitchen. We even see that in episode 1 of Born Again, where we see Karen go to Matt saying, "Hey, I get it, you're still broken about Foggy's death, but we need Daredevil back. I get it. Show is a soft reboot and you're going to introduce new characters, but OG fans will think these characters are forgettable because they already seen this storyline before. Then you're not going to get new fans because you spend so little time with these characters to make them interesting as individuals, and they could be cut out of the show entirely. Honestly, it would make the build-up better. You're trying to show Matt at his lowest point before Daredevil's return. What would be more lower than seeing Matt all alone with no support system, trying and failing to carry on the work of Nelson, Murdoch, and Page's law firm after his best friend's death? Talking about Foggy's death, it's been a while since I actually felt something for a death in the MCU. Charlie Cox sold me on his death with little moments throughout the series, like when Matt was holding back his rage in the Bullseye trial, but that conversation with the Punisher was everything.
How about old Foggy? He got life.
I hate my dumb heart for making me feel things. Cut it out.
One of the best conversations in the MCU, and allowed me to let go of my concerns and actually enjoy every episode as they release. That doesn't mean every episode is perfect. Episode 5 and episode 7 stand out as outliers. Episode 5 feels like it belongs to a different show, and probably was the original version of the show before all the revisions. Then we have episode 7 rushing a plot point to its close, even though the Muse plotline could have used more time. However, it's okay. The original series also had episodes that weren't the best, especially in season 2 with the Hand storyline, which was way weaker than the Punisher storyline. It also helps that Born Again has 2 incredible episodes for this finale. Just like the Penguin, who was a Joker villain in past adaptation, then became an actual threat in recent adaptation, the same thing has happened with Bullseye. The fact that he can make anything, even a tooth, into a deadly weapon makes every action scene with him a joy to watch. Then to add scenes of Manny of him clearly suffering from a mental disorder and needing a lot of help to work through it. However, he is too useful as a weapon to be drugged, causing Vanessa to hire him to kill Foggy. A twist that I enjoyed because depending on the people who you associate with can influence your actions. She has spent the most time with Kingpin, and that violent nature has finally changed her. That goes with other characters too. We have Daniel fully accepting his role under Kingpin, while others accept it out of fear, leading to a scene that I didn't expect to see on a Disney Plus show. They are fully embracing the roots of the original series and brought back a relationship that I didn't expect. Frank and Karen's relationship, a relationship that I truly miss. Punisher, you better shoot your shot soon because Matt will steal your girl.
Can't keep getting away with it!
That is an aspect I never liked in the original show or in Born Again, was Matt's relationships. To me, they always take away from the show and don't add much back. My favorite season is still season 3, which had no relationship and focused solely on Matt being Daredevil. I was hoping Born Again would learn their lesson with season 3, but instead we got the worst relationship by far. I laughed when Heather said I loved you because they spend so little time with this relationship and felt like this character was a big misfire. On the flip side, talking about things I'm glad they brought back, Daredevil and Punisher teaming up. A team up that hasn't happened since season 2 finale. Two different ideals clashing against each other, leading to a deadly combination. A combination that Matt can't accept no matter how much he's pushed towards it. Unlike everyone else, he will not let corruption get the best of him, being a symbol of light for a city that is consumed by darkness, leaving us on a cliffhanger and teasing the rise of vigilantes in the upcoming season. Overall, an incredible finale for a season that found its footing. Is it a perfect season? No, it has its issues. But to me, the good outweighs the bad, and I can say Disney did not fuck it up. I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than season 2 of the original series. Does that mean Marvel is back? No, but this is a step in the right direction. I'm actually looking forward to a Disney Plus Marvel show for once, instead of dreading it. Daredevil is the light and darkness for Marvel TV, and we will see where it goes from here. Either way, thank you for watching this video, and if you want to support me or Wordy, consider checking out our Patreon to see any of these videos early. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.